Great. You just touched the doohickey of unfathomable power. What did I tell you earlier?
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, my tasty morsels. It's Reverse BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. I am about to start something new. So, for a while I've been planning to add some anime to the channel because I am a pretty big fan of anime. I've enjoyed it for many years, ever since I was a little kid and first saw someone get burned alive in their cockpit in Robotech, or the Macross Saga as it's more properly known, when I was like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years old. When they first brought anime over to the United States, they made the mistake of assuming it was just like any other cartoon and just went ahead and threw it up pretty much unedited on Saturday morning TV. So yeah, it was literally the first time I saw someone die on television was in Robotech. And parents quickly complained and got it pulled off the air. But that's in the ancient times. You guys, most of you guys probably aren't even old enough to remember that period. Most of you probably were first introduced to anime with Adult Swim, or well, no, not Adult Swim, probably Toonami, which was great. I love Toonami. It really helped popularize a lot of series. But there I go on a tangent.
No.
The point is, I was looking for an anime series introduced to the channel, and for years people have been trying to convince me to watch One Piece, which did seem kind of up my alley, but it was such a massive show that had been out for so long. I was kind of worried about tackling something that big, but I finally went ahead and decided to do it. And then Toei Animation,
Say it right.
decided to start being dicks to everybody on YouTube who used any portion of their material at all. So whole channels essentially started being, you know, put on the chopping block, started having pretty much their entire catalog of content being claimed and blocked and everything else overnight. There was one YouTuber who was a very big One Piece reactor who had, I think, something like 150 of his videos claimed in one day by Toei Animation. And they've been doing it with a lot of studios, and I mean a lot of producers. So I decided, screw that noise. I'm not going to bother a company that won't see reason like that. That's how you get your channels completely destroyed. It only takes 3 strikes, and those are cumulative across the lifetime of your channel. So if you have a company that does not understand what the hell fair use is, come after you several times, that could be the end of everything you tried to build. It takes years to build yourself to the point where your channel actually really matters, you know, and you just lose it like that. So I decided not to risk it. So I started looking around for something else, and I kept seeing this thing trending called Arcane. And I didn't get into it when it first started because I saw the tag League of Legends on it. I have never played League of Legends. I know that it's a MOBA, I believe. So is that a multiplayer online battle arena, I think is what that stands for, kind of game, which is a type of game that I've never gotten into. And I just felt, well, this is designed for fans of this game. I'm not really going to understand it, so there's really no point. But I was talking to another YouTuber about it who, I think she said she also doesn't really know anything about the games and she loved it. And then some of my other friends were telling me, oh, it's really good. You don't have to know anything about the game. So I was like, you know what? I need something for this planned introduction of anime to the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and try Arcane out. The episodes are too long for me to do. What I usually like to do is just watch a couple episodes and then decide if I want to put it on the channel. So probably what I'm going to do is make the decision just based on the premiere, because it's 43 minutes long. So I'm hoping that it's going to be as cool as everything I've heard. I mean, it's been trending for a while too, so clearly people must like it. So without further ado, like I said, I know nothing about this universe or whatever. So let's see what it is. Get right into it. Arcane, everyone. First episode's Welcome to the Playground. Okay, I have to say I like the style already. So it looks like an Earth-like world, not Earth itself. Because it looked like it was kind of echoing certain design themes of New York or London, but with architectural elements thrown in. They're definitely not part of the things that exist in those places. And this looks almost like a futuristic version of World War I era German uniforms. So, alternate history. Oh, the song was diegetic. Had the kid singing to herself with her eyes closed so she wouldn't have to be afraid, I guess. So everybody uses some type of sort of form-fitting power armor. I'm guessing that's their parents, or at least her parents. I think the synopsis said it followed two sisters, so I'm going to assume they're related, even though I'm going to say they don't really look particularly related. But then again, I don't really look like my oldest half-brother either. So... Was that like a little cat man? Are there little cat men in this world? That looks like frickin' Magneto. Is this Imagine Dragons? Sounds a lot like Imagine Dragons. Feel like an infomercial presenter. There has to be a better way.
Hey, Powder. Come take a look.
You guys ever see the movie Powder? It's a weird movie.
It's nice getting above it all, huh?
Ah, so it's a steampunk world. Okay. Always immediately identify a steampunk world by showing a Zeppelin. It's like the unspoken rule. It's just like in futuristic sci-fi movies. You show people eating noodles.
I'm gonna shoot one of them down.
Okay, Vegeta.
We're gonna get caught. We'll be in
Which
and out
means, of
before
course, they're
anyone
totally going to get caught. Parkour!
Couldn't we have at least just walked there?
Big boy's heavy but fit. So that was a pretty substantial jump, and he made it pretty easily, it seemed.
I'll get it.
No. Powder, look at me.
Now, fear of heights, I understand that. It's one of my phobias.
I'm ready.
Why do those look like frosted buns? It's like this random person has frosted buns just chilling out on their balcony.
Thanks.
You think anyone topside's going hungry? Besides, this is exactly the sort of job Vander would have pulled when he was our age.
So is it like the
Yeah, only if we screw up.
underclasses are forced to live underground? Is that it?
Who locks their balcony?
People who are expecting trouble from urchins with parkour skills. I guess it's a good thing they don't have alarms in this steampunk universe.
Animals.
Corvo from Dishonored walks in.
Wait, Vi, how the hell did we find this place?
It was a tip from Little Man.
Don't touch the doohickey of unfathomable power. That's a beautiful door. Uneaten sandwich means someone is here. Most people don't just leave sandwiches sitting around they're not planning on coming right back to. Except for people who don't care about food hygiene, and those people are animals. Animals. Great. You just touched the doohickey of unfathomable power. What did I tell you earlier? And she took all the doohickeys. I'm thinking maybe you shouldn't keep doohickeys of this unfathomable a power just hanging out in a box. Seems dangerous. Hey, a whirligig. Fancy whirligig. I'm thinking to myself, you can tell this isn't supposed to be an alternate version of America because the police don't have guns. Parkour! Well, he's dead. Fun and gross at the same time.
Let's get this home.
So I just recognized Haley Steinfeld's voice. I wasn't really looking. I knew she was in it, but like just now, it's like, you know, I wonder which one she is. So I started actually listening. Like for the specific, you know, tones of her voice.
We don't want any trouble, okay?
Hear that, Deckard? They don't want any trouble.
You know, in my experience, trouble finds you.
Just like one of
There's
those
no
YA
reason
novels
testing, okay?
where society's
How about
run
you
by
share a little taste of your
like
treasure there,
17-year-olds.
and we'll call it even.
No. We worked too hard to...
Now, you don't see too many shows willing to show boys punching girls. I'm gonna give them credit for that.
I'm sorry, that came out wrong.
Damn, son. These kids don't hold back. Nah, I felt that one. So I take it either she doesn't like the fight or she's afraid to fight.
Wait!
Want to see how that ends? Where's Powder?
A good bluff. Because if he had chosen to see how that ends at that range, I don't think she would have been able to do much. All he would have had to do is tip it forward and push it right into her eyeball. She's not so good at the hiding.
Come on, Hauser. I need you.
Why didn't he run away? I mean, you didn't know what that was going to do. And then she's smart enough to know that her life isn't worth whatever was in that bag.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so definitely we have magical non-human creatures. Or, well, non-human creatures. I don't know if they're magical or not yet. I'm gonna assume they are, though. He seems kind of out of place.
Wait, wait a minute. This isn't what we agreed on, so...
Make your choice.
It's never a good idea to be somebody who
You folks need anything?
unilaterally reneges on an arrangement.
You sure about that?
Teaches other people that they can't trust your word. Then they won't do business with you.
I think I know what you need.
You don't seem to listen,
A bit of advice. Don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks. So you're Vander. How about you just give Huck the rest of what you owe him, and I'll let you walk out of here in one piece.
Like offering a peace pipe.
This is vile.
You'll learn to love it. Where did you even get this tip?
We just heard it at Benzo's shop.
From?
Little man.
I took us there. If you want to be mad at me.
Hey, anybody from the hood, you all know, don't you?
Everyone out.
Don't trust tips from a guy called Lil Man. Just like you don't buy knockoff watches from Ray Ray.
This? It's not going to solve your problems. It just makes more of them. We clear?
If they had the resources to go up against the
this?
people up top, they would.
Some
I should
idiot
tell you
was
something.
following us.
On our side? Who?
I don't know.
Oh no. She still has one of the doohickeys of unfathomable power.
You're right. There's a bunch of things Powder just can't do.
You don't have to tell me twice.
No, this is where you stick around to hear the rest of the conversation.
What?
And brag nonstop.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Pick fights with the group when we need to focus. You see this look on my face? This will always mean it's time to shut up.
But
Benzos. What, benzodiazepam?
Nobody comes in.
Wait, those kind of vaguely look like the
We're closed.
doohickeys of unfathomable
We'll open
power.
up. Off you go. You're a little early. Our guys are still rounding up
Oh
this
my
month's
god, little
collections.
man even was...
Won't have numbers
Okay.
until it's down. Who?
I'll let that slide.
Why are you mucking about with this?
Did Vi kick their asses?
yeah, I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Oh, she showed me a couple of moves to practice. Look.
Man, got good speed, kid.
Coming along. Hey, so how did you find that place anyway?
This weirdo came into the shop, bought a whole bunch of stuff Benzo only keeps there for display. Well, hello.
Act natural, hey kid?
Something I can help you with?
Some trencher trash attacked one of the buildings in the Academy District. But you already knew that.
We're looking for the culprits.
Got a
Hey,
description?
Shorey!
Yeah. It's exactly
It's a
who
voice
you're
I'll
picturing
always
in that
recognize.
Thick head of yours.
You think my head is thick? Feels past the average.
Listen, you shady
How
son.
about you go for a little walk, Miles?
It is a little bit thick.
Cool off a bit. Go.
They even made her character vaguely resemble her a little bit. Shorey's prettier, though.
Lovely chap you brought.
That's pretty cool.
You keep your people off my street, and I stay out of your business. If you change your mind, this will reach me. And only me.
That pneumatic tube system they use. It's the most important part, you know.
This one.
Whisker. I'm not a fighter.
You don't have to be. Look, I've got these. And you've got those.
They never work.
Keep iterating, kid.
Milo tripped over his own paint bucket and nearly fell off trying to draw a giant middle finger. His ass made that splotch. And that,
That's sweet.
when I was a kid, some guy took my favorite toy and threw it up there. I used to come out here at night and stare at it, hoping maybe the wind or a bird might knock it down. We've all had bad days. But we learn. And we stick together. Milo's wrong, Powder. You're stronger than you think.
I'll tell you right now, if
One
you
day-
have younger siblings,
This city's gonna respect us.
you probably have no idea just how much they look up to you. How much everything you do or say matters to them. I didn't realize that until it was too late. Why a hairless cat so often used as a way to sort of shorthand signal this someone is evil?
Follow them and not interfere.
I'm sorry.
That red eye?
The kids. It was their fault. The explosion in the upper city.
That was them.
Wait, it is red eye. I was
Smartest
joking when I
thing
said
you
that.
ever said, boy.
Feeding time.
But who's being fed? It's very stylish.
In mind.
Someone just volunteered.
Well, that was Arcane episode 1. And yeah, I think I can definitely say you guys are going to see this on the channel. That was just the right amount of, world building and doling out of mystery nuggets to make me want to see more. I want to know what the hell's going on. I want to learn more about this weird little world that everything's taking place in. And I want to know what the true purpose of the doohickies of unfathomable power is. Because I assume they're meant to do more than just blow up. Also, what's Red Eye doing and, all that kind of stuff. Very intriguing. One quick word. I really wish people who write synopses would stop spoiling things in the synopsis.
No, I don't think I will.
Because I'm not even going to say it just in case you guys didn't read the synopsis, but the synopsis for the series gives away a massive character change that hasn't happened yet. And that's not cool. That is really, really not cool. But whatever. Nothing that can be done. I shouldn't have read the synopsis. I always end up kicking myself in the butt for doing so. But anyway, hey, I assume that most of you guys watching this have seen this entire thing. So let me know what you guys thought of it when you watched it. And also, those of you who watched it, how many of you were already familiar with the games that that the series is based on? And how did that familiarity play into this? Because with a MOBA, I'm assuming there isn't really much story there. They usually just sort of have like kind of a broad stroke background pieces of lore that are given, like, oh, this is the city that it takes place in, and here's a little bit of history of the, of the world itself, but they don't usually go all that deep into actually like building a narrative. So I'm just curious as to how that worked for you. Like, are you seeing things in the show where you as a player of the game are getting sort of like a deeper understanding of what the series is talking about because of your knowledge of the game, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. I already like several of the characters. I think the character is going to take me the longest to warm up to is the kid that I called Vegeta earlier, just because that kind of character, the like sort of cocky problem starter or troublemaker who really can't cash the checks that his mouth writes, it's a bit irritating to me, and it takes me a while usually to warm up to that type of person. But it is a good place to start an arc, because you can become someone who can walk his talk and who also understands the value of thinking before he acts and things like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing him grow and just seeing where the conflict takes all of them. And I'm assuming Little Man, who it's funny because I mentioned how, like, if you grew up in the hood, you know not to trust the word of someone called Lil Man. And then he ended up being black, and I'm like, really?
Oh shit, was that racist?
I just thought that was funny. I don't know if they did that intentionally, like someone on the writing staff is from the hood and knew a Lil Man. I was like, I'm putting that in here or what? but they both made me chuckle and made me go, But I think the only character who feels like, I don't know, like I can't really see anywhere for him to go yet is the big guy. But it's probably just because we really didn't get any character trait about him other than that he is the big guy. He's the bruiser of the crew. That's like all we know. But I'm curious to see whether or not they will find out about what was his name? The father figure. I can't think of his name right now, but the fact that he has an arrangement with the enforcers from the overworld, and how that will affect his position with everyone underneath, assuming, of course, that they don't already know. I mean, if they're smart, they would have to know there's got to be some sort of arrangement going on if they're basically typically left alone by the people topside. That speaks to an arrangement. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and get going. I probably don't have time to watch the second episode today, though I want to, which is a good sign. It's always a good sign when I want to watch the next episode. But I have other things that I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do those things. You guys make sure out there to do your best to stay safe and be well. It's always what I want from you more than anything else. And if you have a moment, click like and subscribe. And I will see you for the next one. Bye-bye.
Fly, you fools!